In this video, I'm going to discuss how to make movies with the examples that are bundled in with Kuibit. For that, we're going to use MOPI. MOPI is an utility part of the motion picture package. Motion picture is a Python package to make animations in general with Python. I'm now going to discuss motion picture. You can read more in the GitHub page, and I'm going to make a video specifically on motion picture in the future. Here, I'm just going to focus on the MOPI utility and the movies that come with it. So MOPI is a command line utility to configure and render videos, and you don't have to do anything to install MOPI. It's automatically installed with Kuibit. But if you want to render videos, you must make sure that you have FFmpeg installed on your computer. Okay, let's see how to use MOPI. So if you remember in the previous video using Kuibit 2, we set up this variable MOPI movies tier. This is where MOPI is going to look for movies, which in the language of MOPI, movies are recipes on how to render animations. So let's see in my case, with the help, I can see what movies are available in my MOPI movies tier. And in this case, I'm going to focus on this great var movie. Here I have a small fragment of a simulation, and I'm going to render a 2D movie for this simulation. If I want more detail about that specific movie, I can just ask for help. So I chose this great var, and I ask for help. And here I can see all the additional options that are with this movie, in addition to the options that are already available with MOPI. As you can see, it's very rich in options, and you can tune your simulation very finely. For instance, choosing how often to render frames, what is the minimum frame to render, the maximum, and so on. Next, running the movie is very simple. You simply choose the movie, and you append options. In this case, I look at the options from here, and I choose what variable, the extent of the grid that I want to plot. I want to plot log scale. I want to plot in parallel. Some of these are options that are particular to the movie, and other are options that are MOPI's options. For instance, the parallel or the out there. Then I can render this movie. I'm not going to discuss all these options. I'm just going to discuss the ones I think are very important to be aware of. Because as we noticed, I chose a very low resolution and very few frames to render this movie quickly. But now we have a movie folder that is full of the frames, and this movie vid file, which is animation. And here I can tune a lot of these properties very easily. For instance, if I want to change the extent of the grid, or if I want to change the limits of the variable, everything is adjustable from the command line. So I can make many movies. Now let's see what are the most useful options that I think one should be aware of when using MOPI. I think the most important three are parallel. So you can see I use the parallel option. And because this uses all the cores that are available on your machine, so it speeds up computation a lot, and it's much easier to render movies with the parallel option. Next, we have the overwrite option, which is useful when you want to change parameters and see what is the best looking video. And finally, there's the snapshot option, which render a single frame. This is very useful to tune the parameters so that you don't have to render the entire movie all the time. So you can render one frame and see what is the choice of parameters that produces the best movie.